It's a beautiful day out today, and so I'm looking forward to the ride today. The ride today will be touching back on when I first bought the bike, and I said that as I would learn about it, that I would share those experiences. I've now got a little over 3,000 miles on the bike. Not a lot, but at the same time, I don't know, been now about 10 months that I've had it, so it'd be come in from work, go out for an hour, maybe on the weekend go out for an hour. So whatever it takes to be able to get out and just go and enjoy. We'll talk about the things that I've learned and the things that I'm still learning. And as is always the case, I'll think of something after I watch it. It's like, dang, I wish I'd have thought to have said something about whatever that was that came to mind. But as a whole, I have thoroughly enjoyed having the bike, and I know some of the things that I put out there that I had some people, I actually had someone say, thanks for the video, you helped me decide not to buy. And you know, that's okay too, because the truth of it is, it absolutely is not for everyone. But I think that for a lot of people, it is a great form of entertainment, and I hope you get a chance to enjoy. And so I hope you enjoyed the video today, and we're crank up and go for a ride. It's springtime, almost summer. I've had the bike now for about 10 months. I've put 3,000 miles on it. Obviously, no long trips. A lot of the riding that I've done is just what you're looking at here. Simple little backwoods roads. So if you are a long-time experienced rider, I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and turn this one off, because this one's really for the people that are where I'm at and where I've been with riding. When I bought the bike, if you watch that video, I was clearly apprehensive, and I said that I would share with you as I learned about it. Well, I haven't done real well with keeping up on that. Some of you may have seen where I took the bike down to Destin, and to that one I apologize again for the video in particular, because it was really poor. I was trying to learn how to operate the GoPro 12, still am trying. I did learn that to do anything close to what I wanted to do, that I had to buy the media mod to go with it. I'll go into explanation of that another day. As far as the bike goes, I had the one hiccup with it early on. Since that time, absolutely no issues. As far as riding it, and again, as I watch YouTubes and as I watch or read various stories, and as I see things for sale, I think people give up too early, or that they just don't take the time to learn the bike, because it is different. And what I'm going to suggest is, I've seen all the things about hold the handlebars like you're, I don't know, holding eggs, or you push and you pull, and hold them gently. Quite seriously, by the time I got through thinking about all the things that I had to think about, and then think about all the things that from the safety classes that I'd seen, I was so confused. I just found it to be a bit overwhelming. So here are the things that I've picked up. Number one, yes, you're riding something and you're in the open. You don't have a seat belt and you're probably not as visible as most cars. I've done everything that I can think of to make that better. I've put brake lights on the back. I've put the new headlights on. I've put the fender lights on them here so that it'll flash and all when I turn. I don't know anything I can do more at this point to make it to where I can be more visible. So far, I've not had an issue with where people didn't seem to notice me. The fact that it does have a larger front end on it, that it does carry a lot of light on it, I do think that that helps a lot. My bigger concern is, particularly having ridden some in the cooler months, winter, animals. There have been cases where deer have run out in front of motorcyclists. That's one that I don't know how to protect against that. It's just one that try to keep your eyes open. It's about the best I can give you. As far as the thing of that it feels like it has a mind of its own, that it goes wherever it wants to. That's one that it takes a little just getting used to. I've seen some things, read some things where people very much suggest going with stabilizers, and I've not done that, so I can't tell you. It certainly makes sense to me that if you put a better product on it, that it will do better. But I can tell you that you can ride, and you can ride reasonably comfortable without having to do that. Now, my limitations, I don't drive hard, and people have kept telling me I need to say what it is I'm riding. This is a 2015 RT Limited, and initially I struggled with it. It felt like it was all over the place. What I've learned though is from riding it that it moves. The road moves. Just like you don't even notice it because you drive your car so much, but it moves too. As far as comparison to a two-wheel, can't address it. It's been years since I've been on a two-wheel motorcycle, so I can't really tell you some of the pros and cons there. The biggest thing that I can tell you is, having ridden with some bikers, is that when they sway from side to side, and that really looks so comfortable, is that you can't do that on these. You can turn from side to side, but you're not going to get the sway to sway motion. The biggest thing I think that, well, I won't say the biggest, what I will suggest to you is, if there's any way possible, take your Spyder out and find roads like this where it's limited, very limited traffic, to where the road is a good road. There's good visibility out here. The speed at that point, you're not having to worry about is somebody pushing you from behind, or is all you've got to do is think about riding. And at that, I'm going to suggest to you that you ride at a speed that is just comfortable to you. Don't worry about how fast you ought to go, any of those things. simply find a speed that's comfortable. Find your way through the turns to where it's comfortable. All these other things will come as you become accustomed to how the bike rides. Some of the things that I found with turns, this road in particular, I really like it. It's pretty flat all the way across. There's a little bit of left or right in it to where you can feel where the tires are or the tires have run, but it's not very bad with that. Some of the roads that I've been on, the grooves that are in them, they make it to where it can feel very challenging, and particularly when you're trying to make the turn in a certain way that all of a sudden it can be plumb frightening. For instance, a lot of the things that I'd seen, they would say to enter the turn, like you'd enter here and then you'd sway across over to the left like this, and then you'd kind of sway back over this way. Not what I'm going to tell you to do, because, and again, this road is quite flat, but most of the roads, and even this one to a point, is in the center, it'll be raised up and then it falls off on each side. So when you go crossing from this line to this line to this line, it makes you do this, which makes it feel very uncomfortable there. If you'll pick a line right here, I've got one tire up towards the middle, one towards the left, and then it just kind of stays there, and you don't have all that movement from left to right that you're fighting with. If you're getting used to riding a Spyder, when little bumpy roads and potholes that you'll find and so on, well, you'll probably do like I did, which is you're used to driving the car, and so when you drive in the car, if you got that hole in the middle of the road, you're gonna center it, and it doesn't work particularly well with the Spyder, because if you're centering that pothole, yeah, it's good for the front two tires, but you got one directly behind you. So you're going to put that rear tire in the pothole. So that's one that takes just a little bit of thought to deal with when you have to really, you want that pothole to be just inside of the front tire on either side, and then possibly that rear tire will miss it too. Sometimes the hole's bigger than what you can deal with, and you're just going to hit one. Once I've ridden a while, I really have gotten quite comfortable. I mean, not to the point where some of the folks that you'll find them out there running high speeds and so on. Like right now, I'm running, as you can see, about 60. As you can see, I've got the digital side covered with my iPhone up there, to try to have it where you can have a view back at me. I've got to come up with a better way to do that. The handlebars on this bike, they don't lend themselves well. I have seen one setup that seems to work well with it. I haven't been able to find it though. So if you get an opportunity, if you know what it is that fits on here, if you would, shoot a comment and let me know. I would appreciate it. The backrest that I put on the bike, I've really enjoyed it. I've not had my wife ride with me since I put it on. It had been pretty cool. She didn't care for that. I don't know how well this is going to work with two up on the bike. It seems like it really pinches the space back there. So we'll just have to see how that works out. As far as riding two up, I've actually found that to be surprisingly comfortable. Unlike regular motorcycle, where, you know, it's a challenge because that person, that weight affects your movement back and forth. There, you're gonna go into a curve this way, they're gonna lean that way, or they're gonna lean further this way, or they're gonna go both ways. I don't know what all kind of things could be done on the back here that would still not affect it. It's just surprisingly stable. Then this bike, and I think all the RTs have it in some manner to where you can adjust the air suspension. With that, I bring it up to the maximum level when carrying a second rider, and then I bring it down to next to the lightest setting when I'm just riding myself. But that's really worked very well. This is kind of the way that I would recommend to you to progress. Start with the little blacktop roads like I was on earlier, to where you can get comfortable. When you step up to the two-lane highway, certainly while this highway doesn't have a lot of traffic on it, typically you're going to have more. You may have traffic that's moving faster on it. You're going to move a little faster on it, and that's where this is a nice step up here. Speed limit on this road is 55, and I'm running that maybe just a breath over it, but it's a good comfortable speed for me. Then you can go from there to where you can go up to the roads that are to the 65 and then on up. For my part, I still don't like being out on the interstate. I've only been out on the interstate very little. It's just not what I'm looking for. Hey, look, bikers. Yeah, the thing with the two fingers, it took me a long time to get where I would let go of the handlebar to do that. So I thought that was a major deal. Once you begin to get comfortable to where you don't feel like the bike is taking you off everywhere, then you can release the handlebar, and it doesn't feel bad. And then just from a comfort standpoint, then you can go over, set the cruise control, and just relax your wrist at that, and it makes it much more comfortable for riding. I had set my phone up, as I said earlier, to where you could kind of be able to see what I'm doing. As you can see, the picture's gone to black on the thing, so I'll do something I'll either set it back up or say, okay, that was plenty. For those of you that are looking at buying, thinking about buying, trying to decide, is this something that I want to do? And have I been questioned as to, okay, does this make good sense? Not too bad. I've actually found many more people much more supportive. of going out and enjoying. So I would, for each of you, you know, we each make our own calls on that. It's I think that it's a nice way to be able to get out, and it's something that, you know, just come in the afternoon, go crank up the bike, and just go for a little leisurely ride. I don't fool myself. I'm not going to go cross country like I did at a younger age, and I don't want to do that anymore. I intend to put the bike on the trailer. I'll take it to where I want to go and then ride around, and I'll look for places that I think that are going to be enjoyable. To get out and push it up and down the interstate, just not what I want to do. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the ride today. This is the kind of day you just look for. I don't know, it's probably about 80 degrees, partly cloudy, just comfortable nights. As always, if you have any comments, please feel free to send them. And unfortunately, like I've said before, sometimes I'm just not getting all of them. So if I don't respond, I can just tell you it's because I didn't see it. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.